welcome to the Weekend News. I am Mariama Thompson, and in the program this evening, the Society for the Prevention of Accidents Agency school staff of nurses on fire and electrical safety in Freetown. A philanthropist, medical practitioner, pays courtesy call on President Anasbaiko Art State House. World Bank Group Executive Director Dr. Louis Renner announces free internet services to 10 government schools and universities, and movement for the reassessment and recruitment of teachers area calls on all reassessed or recruited teachers into the payroll to register. These are the business inspections lined up in this edition of the Weekend News. Stay tuned. Welcome back. First in the Weekend News tonight, a philanthropist and also a medical practitioner of Indogolf, Dr. Kumar, has paid a courtesy call on President Anasbaiko Art State House. The philanthropist assured President Kumar that he wants to be a part of the development of Sierra Leone. Gazevish Kumar filed in this report.
Introducing Dr. Kuma, the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Dr. Samura Kamara said he is a medical practitioner and philanthropist who has come to pay courtesy call on President Ernest Bai Koroma. He said a couple of weeks ago, Dr. Kuma donated medical equipment to the government of Sierra Leone, which has been passed on to the Ministry of Health and Sanitation. The minister informed the president that the medical practitioner and philanthropist is now in Sierra Leone to see what more he could do for the country as a follow-up gesture. Briefing President Ernest Bai Koroma on the purpose of his visit, Dr. Kuma expressed gratitude to him for giving him audience. He said he is building a 200-bed hospital in Guinea for private surgery and a teaching institute for medical students. He observed that the hospital will be the biggest. Dr. Kuma said he had a chance to visit Sierra Leone ever since in 2013, and he has been watching the developments in the medical sector. The medical practitioner and philanthropist revealed that he has been pursuing the idea that he must do something for Sierra Leone.
In the times to come, I've been talking to both of them that I will look around a small piece of land where I can start a small venture in the diagnostics, because that's the first thing which is very helpful for the clinician to reach the diagnosis, which we still need over here. So that's my planning, and later on so many things, so many people they are, because I have been coming to Guinea ever since 2013, and people they know me, they want to come, they want to visit, but they want some man of confidence that who is stationed there, he knows the people, so they want to visit various business dealings.
Welcoming Dr. Kuma, President Ernest Bai Koroma expressed gratitude to him for the medical equipment sent to the government about a month ago, of which all were received by him. The president informed the philanthropist that he has passed on the equipment to the Minister of Health and Sanitation, and is informed that they are now installing them and making use of them. He pointed out that he believes that what Dr. Kuma is proposing is something that is in line with the government's recovery program. President Ernest Bai Koroma assured Dr. Kuma that as a government, they will embrace the opportunity because they really want to work with him. He maintained that having a hospital that will address all diagnoses will help the country to build the local capacity with lots of training. The president assured Dr. Kuma that government will welcome the engagement, adding that it is good that he has an outfit in Guinea. As a government, they will also welcome a similar opportunity in Sierra Leone. He maintained that if there is an issue in the provision of land, he assured him that he will be provided by the government. The president re-echoed that where he will require land for a 200 to 300 bed hospital will be provided by the government of Sierra Leone.
This important sector in developing our country. But whatever you want us to do in terms of engaging you or engaging with you.
The movement for the reassessment and recruitment of teachers, Sierra Leone, is calling on all teachers across the country that have not been reassessed or recruited into the payroll to register. According to a press release issued by the movement, they are currently taking a statistics of all teachers that are undergoing such problems across the country. The movement is also informing all the government and other institutions that it is not undermining the peace, security, and development of the country, but rather promoting the welfare of teachers that are undergoing serious financial constraints. A World Bank project for the provision of free internet services to 10 government schools and universities in the country has been announced by the visiting World Bank Group Executive Director to Sierra Leone, Dr. Louis René Larose. The disclosure was made at a joint news conference organized by the Ministry of Information and Communications at the Golden Tulip Hotel at Aberdeen. Abdul Sumsese reports.
The World Bank project aims at globalizing information through Sierra Leone Research and Education Network with a view of securing a better ICT institutions across the country. The visiting World Bank Group Executive Director, Dr. Louis Larose, informed journalists at a joint news conference held at the Golden Tulip Hotel at Aberdeen, organized by the Ministry of Information and Communications and the World Bank Group, that the project portfolio and support to the post-Ebola recovery efforts of the government is currently at a record level in excess of $670 million United States dollars. According to Dr. Louis Larose, the World Bank is currently in the process of drawing up a new country partnership framework that will guide the grant and lending activities for the financial year 2018 to 2021. A university lecturer, Dr. Memunatu Pratt, whilst expressing appreciation to the World Bank Support Group, said since the existence of the universities in Sierra Leone, they have been seeking for ICT investments in the universities, which, she said, has now become a reality with the provision of internet services free of cost. The Information and Communications Minister, Mohamed Bangura, lauded the support of the World Bank Group and the government of Sierra Leone. Mr. Bangura reiterated that government, in conjunction with the World Bank, have invested huge amounts of money for the landing of the fiber optic cable in the country for the development of ICT. Pamida Bra, country manager, World Bank Sierra Leone, also commended the government of President Kuma for the huge investment in the fiber optic project. For SLBC News Freetown, Abdul Samsise reporting.
Director of Educational Center for the Blind and Visually Impaired, Thomas Aliyu, has described Honorable Justice Donald Macaulay as a change maker to the success of his education. He made the statement at the opening of the Honorable Justice Donald Macaulay Multipurpose Hall at Grafton. The hall was named in memory of the humanitarian gesture by the Justice Macaulay, who died 3 years ago. Mr. Aliyu said Justice Macaulay supported him to become what he is today. He encouraged the audience to make good use of the opportunity as they render free services and skills training for the blind, visually impaired, and less privileged. Mr. Aliyu called on the children to be courageous, work together, and develop a foundation that can help vulnerable groups. Deputy Director, Special Needs Department, Ministry of Education, Stephen Caruza, spoke of support by his ministry to the institution. As part of this year's International Youth Day celebration, the Young Men Christian Association Sierra Leone organized a national youth seminar on the theme, Engaging Youths in Entrepreneurship and Agribusiness for Poverty Reduction. The forum was also used to increase young people's knowledge of the revised National Youth Policy for meaningful engagements. The ceremony was held at the YMCA Hall in Freetown. Judith Sana has that story.
The International Youth Day is observed annually on the 12th August each year. The day is to draw attention to a given set of cultural and legal issues surrounding young people and give opportunity to governments and others to look at youth issues worldwide. According to a representative from YMCA, Reverend Buckley Sise, this year's International Youth Day is about achieving Agenda 2030 for sustainable development. One major youth policy instrument that seeks to actualize Agenda 2030 is the revised National Youth Policy. It says the National Youth Policy focuses on decent job creation and supports to building the potentials and creativity of young people for sustainable development. It said the YMCA used this forum to popularize the National Youth Policy so that youths have better understanding on the youth policy, which is a legal instrument that demands their rights. Reverend Sise said the YMCA focuses on showcasing youth entrepreneurs in this year's celebrations. He added that they are targeting young people that are contributing towards sustainable development and ensuring poverty eradication by creating their own jobs. He spoke of the YMCA in empowering young people for nation building. Keynote speaker, the proprietors of FB Customized Wedding and Inventory Enterprise, Gladys Kumba Dugba, challenged the youth to improve on their talents so that they become successful entrepreneurs, which will contribute to nation building. She explained the background to her success.
I say no, na English I go read na college. But what I do, for now make table, I make so. One work they pay me 6,500,000. But one day work. But if I say na the college work no matter tap part because na that book they na go land. I go get that kind of money. Who's so office they pay that money? They know they pay you that money. But because of I make use of waiting me and able for do. And also don't say I wait for government.
Mrs. Dugba called on youths to be innovative and determined to be agents of change for the development of the country. In his presentation on the revised National Youth Policy and its benefits to youth, Reverend Prince Bull said the policy demands the rights of youths but goes with responsibilities. He said the policy makes provision for skills and youth empowerment, heritage and other opportunities. He added that for youth to realize the benefits in the policy, they should change their mindset to become better citizens and avoid crime and violence. Inspirational messages on youth agenda for sustainable development were reiterated by various speakers, including the president of the Slum Dwellers Association.
One of the motivational out for it generally. We need to see it in reality, man, to for happy in life. I will ask a question. We life the way we get. We really get agenda for we life as youth. Do we really have agenda for we life then as youth?
That. In fact, we get better reasons because we came from the slum, so we can explain that. But I've discovered one thing. Every South you find yourself, the place never gets better until you are better. I mean, so the place not they change until you change. So change really they start from inside.
It is expected that these young people serve as ambassadors to their communities in educating youths on their roles and responsibilities in creating sustainable development.
The President's Action National Coalition, Saliu Kagbo, has held a press conference calling on youths and politicians for a violence-free 2018 elections. The conference was held as part of activities to commemorate International Youth Day at the Atlantic Hall of the Sheikh Stevens Stadium. Tete Kweshe sent in this report.
On the press briefing at the National Stadium, Executive President for Action National Coalition, ANC, Saliu Kagbo says the coalition is a newly formed civil society organization with 6,375 registered members across the country. He told members of the press that the ANC members are ready to transform the political and socio-economic landscape of our beloved nation that is geared towards national development.
We've also seen for so many years in this country that so many things have gone wrong and nobody cares to talk and nobody cares to take action. Even those in higher offices refuse to even prefer solutions to these burning issues, which have the marginal propensity to hinder our economic growth, social and political development in our society. So as Sierra Leoneans, of course, youth activists in particular, we cannot sit by and watch situation get out of hand.
Mr. Kagbo says his organization is concerned about the CRC, which he says, if completed, shall be a monumental document that will develop this nation. According to Mr. Kagbo, his organization is totally against the process of reducing the powers of the president.
The General Overseer, Faith Healing Bible Church, Pastor Francis Mambu, has shared his vision for agricultural development in Sierra Leone. According to him, he will be using agriculture to lift poor women out of poverty. He made this disclosure during a conducted tour of his more than 140 hectares of rice, maize, cassava, and vegetable farm at Tinkisa Village, Bomali District. The Faith Healing Bible Church embarked in commercialized farming in 2014. Francis Denema reports.
Agriculture is the backbone of every development. In addition to his vision of preaching the gospel to the people of Sierra Leone, the General Overseer Faith Healing Bible Church, Pastor Francis Mambu, embarked on agricultural activities to contribute to the development of the nation. The Faith Healing Bible Church farm manager, Magnus Fore Musa, said the farm has provided temporary employment for more than 150 people. He reaffirmed that the farm has also empowered 300 women by providing seed rights for them.
This now we are on contract basis. We call on village people, come work, at least earn their living. At the end of the week, we pay them, continue. We call the other villages to come. This is a challenge to every Sierra Leonean. That a single-handed man, who is Reverend Francis A. Mambu, can have the vision to sponsor such a farm. I believe if only Sierra Leone will agree with him, we can buy the idea and help in one way or the other. To donors out there, we still want partnership, because we have what we call collaborative measures. If we can progress, we need people who come on board, share ideas, information, so that can help us grow more than where we are.
The General Overseer Faith Healing Bible Church, Pastor Francis Mambu, informed SLBC that he will also be embarking on large-scale poultry farming this year.
We are going to do like 10 buildings, and each building approximately can take up to like 4,000 chicken. You see, so we are going to do something like 10 of those buildings. What we planted last year, out of the rice production, out of that 800 bushels of rice, we have been able to empower almost about 300 women in the in 11 villages, in our surrounding.
The man of God said the farm produced more than 800 bushels of rice out of the less than 100 bushels that was cultivated. SLBC visited Warema village to know the impacts that the support given to them has created in their lives. According to these women, the support did not only solve their need for seed rice, but also reduce the labor by plowing and harrowing their farmland.
The American Montessori Leadership Academy for children between the ages of 3 to 6 will be opened in September this year in Freetown. The academy is provided with the right learning materials for children to learn. The aim is to develop positive attitude towards learning to enable them reach their full potential in life. Darren Colombo reports.
Academy is an early childhood program that fosters independence, self-esteem, and a lifetime love of learning. The Leadership Academy is to be opened in the next academic year for the first time in Sierra Leone. This endeavor is the vision of the first woman physician who graduated from the Rome University, who believed that children learn best within a social environment. The American Montessori Academy has the required materials and techniques to help the children to learn faster. The Academy is expected to create a platform for children to have a feel of learning by doing, at the same time, develop self-respect and value for education. The director of the Academy, Joyce Brown, says the establishment of the Montessori Academy in Sierra Leone is for children to have access to a conducive learning environment with required facilities and trained teachers that will help them progress in life. According to her, the class will be divided into 7 areas for the children to fastly adopt a good method of learning, which are practical life, sensorial, language, geography, and cultural areas. She adds that plans are underway for an outdoor session. The Montessori Academy director told the press that they will be raising funds for children whose parents cannot afford to pay fees, as their aim is to give every child the opportunity to quality access to education. The principal of the American Montessori Leadership Academy, Gladys Pratt, says that it is a preschool that will enroll children between the ages of 3 to 6. The aim is to develop a traditional way of encouraging child learning. She adds that the children will be learning through play together with the available facilities in the classroom.
The National Commission for Social Action, NACSA, has sensitized stakeholders on the commencement of the implementation of the Gitreng project in Moyamba, Chinkolili, and Kenema districts. The objective is to inform various stakeholders in their respective growth goals for the implementation of the $51 million project funded by the Islamic Development Bank. Senator Kagbo sent in this report.
This sensitization started in Gibi and Bagura chiefdoms in the Moyamba district, Kolifa Mabang in the Tonkolili district, and Lower Bambara in the Kenema district. Deputy Commissioner NACSA, Haja Aissatou Kamara, said the Gitreng project aims at empowering these communities to access modern social infrastructural amenities. She mentioned that this time around, these communities will have rural electrification, modern health facilities, and modern schools. The area of upholding the facilities was stressed, as well as the composition of the Community Oversight Committee members who will oversee the project's implementation. The various stakeholders in the chiefdoms include the paramount chiefs of Bagura and Lower Bambara chiefdoms, Paramount Chief Robert Selu Papapui III, and Paramount Chief Almami Fama pledged their commitments to uphold the development program. The council stakeholders, including the chairman, Kenema District Council, Dr. Senesi Mansere, said they will uphold NACSA's development aspirations and called on unity among the people, as it is the only way the projects can be successfully implemented. The Sierra Leone Community-Driven Development Project, Gitreng, is a 5-year
The Society for the Prevention of Accidents Agency has school staff of NACIT on fire and electrical safety at the NACIT Regional Office Conference Hall in Freetown. The session brought together NACIT staff countrywide, hosted by the Society and NACIT management, to raise awareness of employees on fire and electrical safety at the workplace. Ibrahim Samura reports.
NACIT is the first government institution to have grabbed the opportunity to be capacitated on fire and electrical awareness safety. They were educated on control and preventive methods when fire incident might occur in their workplace, at home, or even at community level. These NACIT employees are schooled on electrical safety, hazard identification, fire safety, evacuation drill, and the correct use of fire extinguishers. The head of NACIT Human Resource Operations and Welfare, Fadiru Kuruma, said management is poised in creating conducive working environment for staff of NACIT.
He underscored the importance of the session, saying that the forum will help sharpen their knowledge on safety and other related hazards. Mr. Kroma told them that management is concerned about the safety of employees because the institution is dealing with the public. The Director of Training, Society for the Prevention of Accident Agency, Lansana Kamara, says the society was established to help complement governments and other institutions' efforts in educating ministries, agencies, departments, and the general public on fire safety across the country. He emphasizes the need for safety and noted that the issue of safety has been neglected. The Director of Training spoke of plans to roll out the session to other ministries, departments, agencies, including the public. The Director of Safety of the Society for the Prevention of Accident Agency, James Lamina, says both fire and electrical incidents have economic and social calamity for our nation. He adds that fire incident leads to the loss of jobs, lives, and properties, bringing misery and pains. The safety director cites indiscipline, deviation from procedures, poor judgment and electrification, ignorance, arson, among others, as some of the causes of fire and electrical incidents. He expressed the hope that at the end of the session, the employees would have learned the basic safety control and preventive methods when fire breaks out. The Director of Safety spoke of insulation, guiding, and earthing as some of the ways people can safeguard themselves from electrical incidents. According to the Director of Program of the Society for the Prevention of Accident Agency, Ansumana Samana, fire and electrical incidents are alarming in the country as the issue of safety is being treated with carelessness by some government institutions and the public. He says the society's main thrust is to promote risk consciousness on hazards and safety. The Occupational Health and Safety session climaxed with practicals on how to use fire extinguishers for any fire outbreaks. Ibrahim Samura, Freetown.
And with that item, weekend news comes to a close, but before we go, quick look at the top stories. The Society for the Prevention of Accidents Agency has held training for NACID staff on fire and electrical safety in Freetown. A philanthropist medical practitioner of Indigo, Dr. Kumar, has paid a courtesy call on President Anas Kumar at State House. The World Bank Group Executive Director, Dr. Louis Rene Laros, has announced free internet services to 10 government schools and universities. And the movement for the reassessment and recruitment of teachers Sierra Leone has called on all reassessed or recruited teachers into the payroll to register. Well, that's all in this edition of Breaking News, reaching you live from the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation. On behalf of my news editor, Ibrahim Insuri, and the rest of the news team tonight, I'm Alice Mariama Thompson, wishing you a perfect night. Thanks for your time. Keep watching. There's obviously.